Today on Cutler's Court.
Were you cheating with anyone else during your relationship?
No.
When I came up for the anniversary, the locks were changed.
We're going to call in our polygraph expert.
The truth is going to come out. So my question to you is, do you have anything before he tells your truth?
I don't got nothing to say.
Since you started dating Mr. Johnson, have you had sex with any other man? What did the polygraph reveal?
This is Cutler's Court. Ken Johnson is suing his ex-boyfriend for $432 after a failed surprise visit to New York on their anniversary. He says his ex's disappearing act took a toll on his trust, and now he has to pay the price. Nico Fletcher is countersuing his ex-boyfriend for reimbursement of $100 for multiple bus tickets he paid for while dating. He claims their relationship used to be fun, and when it wasn't, he was done.
Your Honor, this is case 1069, Johnson versus Fletcher.
Thank you, Tashi. Good day, everyone. Mr. Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Your
they
Honor.
say nobody likes change, and your relationship has changed, and you are here to find out why and what can be done about it. Is that right?
That is exactly correct, Your Honor.
Okay, tell me what's going on.
All right, so what's happening here is I'm here today to sue Mr. Fletcher for $432 of travel expenses in which I attempted to travel to New York. I flown to New York for our anniversary, and he was nowhere to be found. And so basically, I just want my money back for my waste time. I know, it's $432 isn't the largest sum of money. However, since I didn't receive an anniversary gift, I feel like I would like to be gifted back my expenses.
All right. But you also have some other issues, and that involve in cheating.
Yes, ma'am, I do. Me and Mr. Fletcher, we were together for about 2 years. I live in Maryland, and he lives in New York City. And during the beginning, we would see each other frequently. So we had we would FaceTime. We would wake up in the morning, I would FaceTime. We would eat breakfast via FaceTime, being as though the distance. So we would try to do things together. I have realized that over the course of time, there have been some changes. I can't really reach him as often as I would like to. When I FaceTime for a video chat, I get the end button and then I get a regular phone call. Things of that nature. When I came for the anniversary, we have keys to each other's homes. When I came up for the anniversary, the locks were changed.
Wait, what?
The locks were totally changed.
The locks were changed. I mean, you it's only so much access you can give a person. If you're not getting or if you're not feeling a certain type of way, you have to take something back.
Why give him a key? Why did you give him a key to begin with?
I gave him a key because I felt like at that point that's where we were. But things are getting weird and energies are shifting, and you just gotta take something back.
Okay, okay, go ahead, love.
Before things got weird, what was it like?
I mean, before it got weird, like you said, we were FaceTiming a lot.
How did you all meet?
We met through social media.
Okay.
He came down, we did a song together in the studio. It just kind of took from there.
So things are going good. You all are
Both
FaceTiming each other. You both
Right.
have common interests. You're recording together. So in your mind, Mr. Fletcher, what went wrong?
He turned into a drill sergeant. Like, FaceTime me this, call me this, what you doing this, what you doing that. It's just like, Jesus Christ, can I get a break? I'm an artist.
How long into the relationship did you start to see that change?
About towards the end
what
of
period of
2
time?
years.
Okay.
After about 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sergeant Johnson? Well, he says he sees his change. You became more demanding. You want to know where he was and what he's doing
this is
and all
correct.
that. Is that correct?
That is correct. Unfortunately, the conversations that we've had and his actions displayed didn't add up. So given, his actions, also social media posts, they became a bit salacious. And, my wheels began to turn. And yes, I did become a little, I guess I would start to hover a little bit just because of, the inaccuracy of his stories and happenings. And I wouldn't say drill sergeant, but I will say, based off his, shortcomings, I did turn into Inspector the Gadget.
Okay.
Fletcher Z Gadget. All right. So, what were some of these inaccuracies that you started to see that made you think, okay, I need to?
One of the first was, like I said, the missing phone calls. Also, when we had a studio session together, we were in a studio session, and usually we would answer each other's phone calls. This particular day, he was in the booth, and his phone rang, and I proceeded to grab the phone. And he ran out of the booth like Sha'Carri Richardson and grabbed the phone from me with such force. And that was a telltale for me as
He's
well.
in the booth recording.
He's
live
in the booth recording.
The red light
and
is
he ran
on.
out like Sha'Carri Richardson.
It's just like if you're not paying my phone bill, why do I have to explain the phone calls that I'm getting? Because for one, that could have been, a deal. That could have been somebody trying to get into the studio. That could have been.
Well, what was it?
I mean,
No, I don't.
it
That's
was
why I
business.
asked.
I feel like at that point, I can't even remember what actually it
And
was.
Your Honor, this is
Okay,
why.
wait, hold up.
She's not gonna let that go. That was a nice try
I
on his part.
know
She's not
I
gonna
was
let that go.
bored at night, but it was not last night, my dear.
You can't get nothing past her.
Nope.
Up next,
Mr. Fletcher had a salacious video online, if you will.
Oh,
Oh my God.
oh.
Oh my God. I feel like one of the greats said it best in selling sex and sex appeal.
And you were out there for it.
I'm not that forward.
Why did you give him a key to begin with?
I gave him a key because I felt like at that point that's where we were. But things are getting weird and energies are shifting, and you just gotta take some back.
It sounded like from Mr. Johnson's testimony that you all used to answer each other's phones and it was not an issue. And then it became an issue.
Right.
You all used to FaceTime each other, no problem, until you start stopping the FaceTime and calling back with just a phone call.
Right.
So it's not that necessarily you're doing these things. It is you have changed to do these things.
Literally, Your Honor, one time I could recall finding a AirTag. I'm not sure if you're familiar with AirTags.
I am.
But
Yeah.
beyond that, I didn't even know what an AirTag was.
Okay.
I'm finding it right in my bag.
Okay.
And I'm pulling out my laptop, earphones, and I'm like, I'm seeing it literally falls out. And I'm like, what is this?
Okay,
And they're
so
saying-
for those who don't know what an AirTag is, it is a product
Right.
that
That tracks your location.
That tracks your location if you have an Apple product.
Right.
Okay, did you have a conversation with Mr. Johnson? Hey, what is happening here? Why do I have this AirTag?
Well, I asked him, and he kind of just gave me like a and what you talking about? Like kind of.
So act like he didn't know what
Right.
was going on. Okay, Mr. Johnson, did you put that AirTag in his bag?
Your Honor, as I stated before, after the iniquities, yes, I am Inspector the Gadget, and that was one of the gadgets.
Okay.
And so basically, after the missed phone calls, after an anniversary, when I traveled from Maryland all the way to New York with changed locks on the door and not even answered phone call while I was in New York at that time.
Got you.
Yes, that was the next step for me.
So how did you get it in his bag? How long had it been in the bag, and when did you do that?
After the locks. So we
Okay.
did see each other afterwards.
Okay, so it wasn't during your anniversary celebration, but at some point thereafter you
Correct. Yeah, we
connected.
didn't get a chance to celebrate at all. I didn't get to see him at all.
Did you all have definite plans?
No.
No, we did not have plans. We
Okay.
had plans to exchange gifts, and that was my surprise. I was going to go to the house and decorate the house. I bought roses, decorations, a meal. I was really going to go ahead and, give a presentation, if you will.
Okay.
And I was unable to do so.
Which
So
is
did
his-
you all have
also
any?
his
Hold on.
own fault.
Did you all have any conversation about what you were going to do for your anniversary? Were you both of the understanding that you all were going to be in separate places, but then you decided I'm going to surprise him? Is that how it went down?
Correct. Well, he knew I was coming, but he didn't know for certain I was coming.
Right.
We played with the idea. I said, I'm going to pop up. And he was like, joking. They're like, okay. But I was really serious about it.
I bought bus tickets as well for him to come down. So,
So are you trying to recover your bus ticket?
Yeah, absolutely.
How much did you spend on bus tickets?
Right. I'll say about $100.
Okay. So you want $100 for bringing him to New York.
Right.
And you want $432 for flying to New York for your anniversary.
Right, and this is also this, Your Honor. I'm definitely a team player, and I've compromised so much, okay, to the point where when you look at me, do I look like a bus individual? I did that for him in the sake of our situation.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay, just one thing though. The evidence that came up was only $25.
Well, it was more than one.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
I would also like to add, because it's seeming like I'm just this, person who just a smother or a stalker, if you will. On the internet, his Instagram posts, people do TikToks, little dances and
Yes,
things
sir.
like that. I had a friend of mine who reached out to me and stated that, Mr. Fletcher had a salacious video online, if you will.
Do we have that video?
We actually do, I believe.
Okay. Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh my God.
So it's these type of things that people outside of myself are finding out. Now, once I went to go look on the page, I was actually deleted off the close friends list. So this is why, life is cause and effect.
Well, I mean,
and
what
my
can you say
effects
when
are
you
because of this
selling-
cause.
Again,
Mr. Johnson,
I'm
let
an
me ask
artist.
this. In the world we live in an OnlyFans world, a freak Twitter world, that looks fairly
Mild.
I mean, why was that salacious?
Well, in this business, I mean, if you're a true artist, you don't really have to do
But I
thirst
also
trappy type of
am
things when you shine through your
an
craft.
Hold on,
Entertainer.
Mr. Fletcher, hold on. So I want to go ahead.
Do you see that oak tree that just grew up and threw shade over there? If you're a true artist,
Yeah.
you don't have to do that.
That's true, but I mean, again, I feel like one of the greats said it best: "I'm selling sex and sex appeal."
Okay. And you were out there for it.
I'm not that for it.
Up next,
You also asked, when Mr. Johnson came to New York to surprise you for your anniversary, did you disappear with another man? What was Mr. Fletcher's response?
That was a responsive no.
And what did the polygraph examination reveal?
I didn't even know what an AirTag was.
Okay.
I'm finding it right in my bag.
I guess, Mr. Fletcher, we need to ask you, because this is Mr. Johnson's primary concern. Were you cheating with anyone else during your relationship?
No,
Have you cheated with anyone else during your relationship?
no,
Was that the reason you started becoming more distant? You started not answering his calls, you changed your locks, start hiding your phone. Was that all because you were involved with somebody else?
I'm gonna have to say no to that.
All right, I think we've heard enough on that issue. And I think we really need to get to the central issue of whether Mr. Fletcher is cheating. At this time, we're going to call in our polygraph expert, Mr. John Yarbrough, to give us the results of the polygraph test that Mr. Fletcher took. Tashi, would you show our expert in, please?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How about you, ma'am?
I'm great. You did a polygraph examination of Mr. Fletcher, is that correct?
That is correct.
And you asked him a number of questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go through those.
Okay.
When you ignore Mr. Johnson's FaceTime calls, are you with another man? You asked that of Mr. Fletcher, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
What was his response?
His response was no.
The truth is going to come out. So my question to you is, do you have anything before he tells your truth?
I don't got nothing to say.
All right. That doesn't answer my question, but I'm going to keep it moving. All right. He said no.
He said no.
What did the polygraph examination reveal?
The polygraph examination revealed that there was no deception indicated on that question.
Okay.
All right. All right. Okay.
You asked, since you started dating Mr. Johnson, have you had sex with any other man? What was Mr. Fletcher's response?
His response was no.
What did the polygraph reveal?
Polygraph revealed that there was no deception indicated.
Okay. Kudos to you.
You also asked, when Mr. Johnson came to New York to surprise you for your anniversary, did you disappear with another man? What was Mr. Fletcher's response?
That was a responsive no.
And what did the polygraph examination reveal?
Polygraph examination revealed there was deception indicated on that question.
Oh, but I'm making things up. Listen, Your
I
Honor,
mean-
as I stated, the effects of the cause.
So did you and this other man friend have any kind of sexual contact?
No.
Just you were out with a friend?
Yeah.
All right.
Have you since then had any kind of ongoing sexual contact with this man?
No.
Try again.
Right. At this point.
Hold on, Mr. Johnson.
Okay.
Try again. And I use the phrase sexual contact. So that includes kissing, hugging, petting, all that.
I feel like we may have shared a kiss.
Oh.
Okay. Or
All
two,
right. Or 10?
or a few.
Yeah, for you.
All right. Have shared anything else?
No,
Not yet?
not yet.
You took it upon yourself, even though it is a beautiful gesture to try to surprise someone you're in a relationship with, you take that upon yourself that you're going to be able to find that person once you get there. Because
Correct.
you don't know their schedule, you don't know what they're doing.
Right.
So because you took that upon yourself, I'm not sure he is legally responsible for that.
Understood.
In terms of the claim for $100, first of all, we only had a receipt for $25. But even with that being said, you yourself stated that you did this for him. It was a gift. And so once you give a gift, it's given. You don't get to go back and say, by the way, that I bought you, I want a refund for it.
So now, Mr. Johnson, you came here to get some answers.
Correct.
You've gotten those answers through the polygraph examination.
Yes.
Now that you know, what is the status and the future of your relationship with Mr. Fletcher?
Well, as far as the future goes, I really can't see it like Stevie Wonder. However, I can say that we will remain cordial, and I wish you the best.
So you're done.
Finito.
Mr. Fletcher, if you're in a relationship and you start to feel like you have been swallowed up and that you are,
Black hole.
you know, if you feel that way, the first thing you do is communicate to the other person. You don't start running from them and doing things that put them in a position to have to play Inspector Gadget. I'm not condoning what he did, because that could be considered an invasion of privacy. I'm not condoning that. But what I'm saying is, when you're in that position in a relationship, then talk to the person, let them know, hey, you know, we're moving too fast, you're questioning me too much, whatever it is. Give them an opportunity to say, oh, okay, I didn't realize that, and so you can work together. Because what you did was, you know, almost guaranteed to come out with the result that we have. And then everybody comes out a loser.
So what we will find is, plaintiff, your claim is denied, and we find on behalf of the defendant, and defendant, your claim is denied, and we find on behalf of the plaintiff. That is the ruling of this court. Court is adjourned.
The real issue was me getting to the bottom of the happenings and finding a resolve. And I really feel like that we came to that.
We were good friends at first, so hopefully we can continue the friendship.
The truth prevailed, and I wasn't the crazy one.